Urban Hippie podcast, co-hosted by Whiskey Papi over here. Big pleasure to introduce Big Walt, the GOAT. Greatest Seahawk of all time, if you ask me.
Thanks for having me on, man.
We'll get into the legend of the 9. How many holding calls do you have in your career?
They say 9.
All right, so that was true.
Whole career?
That was true? Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yep,
we'll get into the legend of the 9 a little later, but that's fucking crazy. But no, we got the sexy fat Italian, fat sexy Italian.
How you doing?
Big G, little G, whatever you want to talk about. No, pleasure to have you guys. Gavin had a baseball career. Big Walt's career is obviously self-explanatory. No, welcome to have you guys, man. Like I say, we start off every episode. It's a blessing that we can be here, right on this setting, man. We're all at this point in our lives, and we're all linking paths right now, and we're here to shoot the shit, have some fun, and get to know one another, and get Big Walt's name out there. I see you got the gear, Big Walt.
Always got the gear.
What do you got going over here?
This is the best to ever do it gear, man. B2 EDI, man. So I just ask people to go out and support. You go on my website. I got T-shirts. I got hoodies. I got hats. So coming out with some shorts. It's coming out with some more leisure wear stuff like that. So working on that stuff. So all I want to do is just try to get people to be the best, whatever you're doing in life. So it's not about, what I did was great, but then I want to inspire people to be the best in whatever you're doing in life. When you wake up in the morning, be the best at it.
Hell
I like that.
Man. No,
I like
that. Gavin, what's up? What's up, baby?
Chilling. Happy to be on the podcast. Been trying to get Walt involved with us.
Scoot that mic up with your R&B sexy voice over
here. I know, right? Jeez, man.
Sorry.
I'm a dudes in here, man.
Low Tony over here.
My Keith Sweat impression. Sorry, he's coming to Emerald Queen soon. But
you're gonna be there, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know it.
Doesn't he live here?
I don't
Keith
know where he lives.
I think he does.
Who that?
Keith Sweat.
Yeah?
I think he does.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
I think he lives at Junket Parts.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not a train going by.
Exactly. That's right. Good call.
Yeah, we like it. It's part of the show, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We're going to get some giveaways at some point.
Yeah,
Train giveaway at some point.
Shit, so glad to have Walt finally with us. And, Walt and I met each other through a good buddy of mine, Lawyer Malloy, who I met when I was 12 years old at a UW baseball camp. And things came full circle. And Walt and I have been friends now for about 12 years.
Hold on.
You are so lucky to be my friend.
Loose terminology.
I know, right? Like, be careful now.
He said I'm a public figure. I can't be associating myself with somebody like you.
Exactly. So good to finally have him on episode 3.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we all know about Big Walt, man. Gavin, tell us about your baseball journey, man. Cause you have a dope little journey.
Yeah. So my career started off. I went to O'Day High School, the O'Day High School.
The all boys school, you mean?
Oh, the O'Day High School.
The all boys one?
That's the one.
Okay,
480 all boys.
They recruited me too.
We had girls waiting in the parking lot. Come on now. And
not the new kind of girls though.
And so played there, and then went down and played at Cal Lutheran for a little bit, and then came back up to Shoreline, and then went and worked for the Red Sox. So
cool.
Was with the Red Sox, and from there went to Chicago. Was with Chicago. Was with an independent team in Schaumburg, Illinois.
What team in Chicago?
Cubs.
Cool.
West Side.
Cool. West Side.
North Side. Actually.
North Side.
And then the Phillies and the Mariners were my last team. So I was with the Mariners for some time, and that's about it. Coaching, player development, scouting.
How was scouting, man? What'd you look for in scouting?
Scouting is a grind. It is not glamorous. You're making no money. You are eating teriyaki most nights. You are looking for a diamond in the rough because most kids will not make it. And Walt will tell you this, but baseball is a much bigger pool of people. Yeah, there's more minor league teams. There's more, there's less opportunity. So I mean, it's much harder. And the 1% of the 1% makes it to the minor leagues. Mm-hmm. The 1% of that 1% makes it to AA and AAA and major leagues in the end. So it's extremely difficult. It's scouting is you're watching My area was Oregon, Idaho, Washington, parts of British Columbia, and some parts of Montana. And you're out there watching baseball all day long. High school, college, summer league, private workouts, and, a lot of times you're seeing nothing.
Right.
Your parents think you're seeing everything, but, they're...
As you should.
Sometimes. Sometimes parents can be a little more intense. I was actually showing Walt a picture from one of my son's games today of, a parent waiting at the end of the dugout, ready to get on his kid and ask him why he struck out and this and that. And it's sometimes the parents ruin it.
I couldn't hit the ball, Daddy.
Exactly. And that's the kind of stuff that I think burns out kids, and
it is for sure.
And it's hard. It's not as easy. And Walt was one of the best to ever do it. And D, you played, and it's not as easy as everyone. It's not as easy as everyone thinks.
You're right.
So
were you scouted out of high school, Walt?
Florida State, right?
I don't.
Should have gone to Bama.
I'm a U fan.
Roll Tide.
I don't know how this is going to end today, but.
Well, you know what? My story started. I didn't start playing ball until I was a freshman in high school. So.
Oh yeah.
And I had it's
you didn't start playing until you were freshman in high school.
Really? High school because it's 8 of us in my family, and I was the youngest. I was the seventh child, and I had a brother that got hurt playing football. So my mom was like, we didn't have no dad.
Yeah.
So they was just more of my mom's like, I can't afford if you get hurt, I can't do it. So she didn't pressure me into playing football. So I was a freshman in high school. They had hired a new coach, and
how big are you as a freshman?
I would say probably about 6'4".
Okay, so you're big early.
About 215, 220.
Yeah.
So, and this coach saw me and like, you should, at that time, he's coming in to change the program. So basically, what he's doing is scout. I guess you could say it's kind of like scout. He's not even seeing you on the field. He just pointing out. He should be playing football, or that person should be playing football. So,
And this is in Huntsville.
This is in my hometown, Aliceville. This is like a small
Alabama, right?
Alabama, man.
Yeah.
And so, he got me out on the football field and started taking me through drills and stuff. And he kind of realized that you're doing this you can do this pretty good. If I tell you do this, you can do it. And then I could do it at a very high level. So it came easy to me. So he told me one day after I started playing football, he told me. I was $1 million walking around broke, and at that time, I didn't know what that meant. But I kind of,
that's what they say to me now.
As my as my career went on, I kind of figured out,
that's fat sexy, man.
Exactly. He saw that way before I did, so it was pretty cool.
So, not saying you ever claimed to be, the best. Not saying it's not on your shirt or anything, but before you claim to be the best to ever do it. When did you know that you had it?
Oh man, I would say probably about my third or fourth year in the league. I think because when I first got in the league, I came, you got drafted high, but still again, I came.
And when did you get drafted?
I got drafted in 1997, the 6th pick overall.
Okay,
cool.
So
first round.
First round, yeah.
What do you mean first round? That's the best
round right there,
baby.
Best ever do a ting. No,
ting.
We need a bell. Ting. Every time you say it.
We're gonna sign that one.
Yeah.
And so when I came in, at that time the league was kind of like that. You have to prove yourself. Nowadays kids can come in now and.
Well, you paid already.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they would change a little bit, but at that time you still had veteran guys that you had to come in and prove yourself to.
Who were some of the legit guys?
Oh my God! Like when I was coming, you had Cortez Kennedy. You had all these guys, man. Like just had these rough guys. Like you didn't gain no respect by the way you were drafted at.
Bruce Smith.
Your respect.
Bruce Smith?
Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith, yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Smith was there. Those guys gave me fish, man. But then I think the thing that helped me out a lot is that I had some great left tackles to watch when I came in the league.
Right.
I had Jonathan Ogden. I had Tony Baselli. I had Willie Rolfe. I had so many guys, Orlando Pace. So many guys that I can watch and say, okay, that's the way I want to play. And Coach used to tell me, if you want to play the game, this is the way to play the game. So I would watch those guys and watch. If they didn't give up a sack, I said, well, I can't give up a sack. So I kind of watched those guys and kind of like, okay, that's how did they get in the Pro Bowl? Okay, that's what they did. Don't give up sacks.
Right.
So I just took that to
and
my
you only
game.
gave up 9 of them.
Only 9 of them.
And how many years in the league?
And most of them was on the quarterback fault. They're not my fault.
Yeah,
that's right.
Then he ends up on the front of the start of the movie The Blind Side.
And that's right, Hasselback. That's all your fault.
Hey.
In the beginning of The Blind Side there?
Hey,
I got like a little 15 seconds of.
I'm gonna let Gavin take this one because I know we've talked about it before.
So the blind side, the beginning of the movie, and everyone sees you.
Yeah.
They show the Seahawks team picture actually, and show you, but they never say your name. So how does it work with? I mean, if they were to say your name, would they have to cut
Well, I
you?
think that'll cut me a check there. Like, I don't think, when you sign your contract, you sign your likeness also. Basically, what they're doing is we got your likeness, so we can do anything with you as long as we don't say your name. So as long as they didn't say my name, they didn't have to give me no check because I already got that check from the NFL already. So okay, we didn't bought your likeness.
So when did you hear that you're in the?
I never did. The book. I know the guy that wrote the book, so I remember when he wrote the book, and I read the book probably about a couple of years before the movie came out. And when I heard about the movie was coming out, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I didn't at that time because I thought he was just basically what this guy was doing was just going around talking to some of the top left tackles. So I think, well, I didn't think I was gonna be in the book. I thought, but.
Did you end up meeting Mike Lore?
I have never met him. I done talked to him on the phone a couple of times.
Is he still in the league?
I don't think he's still in the league now. I think the last team he was with was
Ravens?
The Ravens or Carolina, one of them.
I know,
he was
went
both.
somewhere
Was it with
after.
Carolina?
I think he was with both.
Wait, Ravens to the Carolina.
Yeah, I don't want to misspeak, but I think he was having like something going on, like concussions and
I
stuff.
feel you.
So
Yeah,
I'm not for sure, but I think the last thing I saw that he was having concussion issues and stuff. So
yeah.
So what do you think about all the concussion issues that are going on right now?
it is what it is, man. I think guys know. I think the thing about it now is, we know. I think I try to tell people all the time is it's all about the parents, making sure that your kids are equipment fit right. You can't depend on the coaches to make sure that your kids' uniform or your helmet is fit right.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like when my son was playing, he had his own helmet. So I think nowadays, with the stuff, unless you're going to one of these top tier schools or one of these top tier high school where they're taking care of their kids, if you're going to a school where they get crappy or not the good stuff, just make sure your kid, like when the kids come home, make sure you test their equipment and make sure everything is perfect. Because a lot of times they don't. And then I tell people all the time, don't, get them strong before you put them out there.
I feel you.
There's a lot of kids playing, and you know it to yourself, like, when the helmet look like it's bigger than them, it's best to get them strong and teach them how to eat, teach them how to weight train before you want to put them out on the football field.
Well, now I saw a couple of also ex-Seahawk, Russell, but another ex-Seahawk is in the helmet game now. Ken Hamlin, I saw.
Ken Hamlin.
Yeah. Russell Wilson actually invested in. You heard of VCs?
I heard of it too. Yeah.
So actually, down here at Harbor Square, a little athletic club right here. I got a buddy who comes to the restaurant all the time, and he works for them. And it's a dope little. That actually. It's an expensive helmet.
But they say it's hard to get into the game though, the NFL game. It's just hard, because they don't want to take the chance of something happening.
Well,
and some of those contracts are 30, 40 years old,
Well, there's something that I think it was because Tom Brady wore the old school helmet, and they said he can no longer wear that helmet this year. And then they ranked the helmets, and the Russell Wilson
Visus. It's like Visus or
Visus, yeah. Visus. So that helmet was the #1 rated helmet.
Really? So yeah, my boy is hella cool.
Well, McCall is in it to the game too. I don't know if y'all remember Sean
Springs. Yeah.
He's in the
that's
game
right.
too, though.
Yeah.
And I see the commercials on TV.
I saw the commercial too. So he's really
because his son plays too, right?
Helmets.
Yeah,
he's doing helmets.
Him and I don't know Kaskavinsky is a linebacker we had here. He's in the game too. So.
You know who else was actually a WWE wrestler? He's in it too, and he's doing like a lot of helmets and all that. But he was like a Harvard graduate or anything like that. He actually had to cut his career short because of concussion, so he went into the NFL helmet game.
Yeah, the game's changed a lot, man. So I wasn't the greatest to ever do it, but I played college. I played 5 years overseas. Actually, I played 1 year in Austria for Red Bull, and I played 2 years in Brazil, 2 years in Italy. And I was
played football?
Football, American football. Yeah. I was
can't tell with that hair, kid.
Why do they say American football? So why?
Because out there, because soccer is football everywhere except for America, right? So I'm just used to saying football americano.
Biggest sport in the world, right? Soccer, or what we call soccer.
Yeah.
What they call football, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's a women's sport, man. In my opinion. I got sisters, so. It's but I always tell people, like, can you imagine if the best athletes in America all played soccer? You got LeBron James, the goalie, and you got the rest of these top notch athletes in the world, and we all played soccer, we would never lose a match. America has arguably the best women's soccer team because that's one of the premier sports. So it's
Well, now to bring things full circle, if you've ever seen any other non-baseball player try and swing a baseball bat, it looks pathetic. So football players can't swing
Well,
a
I'll take
baseball
you
I
bat.
can swing a bat, dude.
Oh, get
See, I'll
out of
take you
here.
yard.
Get out of here.
I'll not only strike you
I've
out,
seen
I'll
all
take-
these
I'll strike you
celebrity.
out and take you
I've
out.
seen all these celebrity tournaments, and the only person I've ever seen that could play and look legitimate was Matt Barnes.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a random one. but
I know.
Just throw one
Shout out Matt Barnes.
What about Jordan?
Jordan
Hey.
couldn't swing a bat. Jordan was lucky. The
Hey,
only
first of all,
we
fuck
all know
that.
the
First of
reason
all-
Jordan left
Deion
the
Sanders?
NBA.
Deion Sanders?
Oh, what is this, a conspiracy theory?
No, this is just
Oh, what's the reason, Gavin?
What about Deion Sanders?
gambling debts.
Fat sexy?
Gambling.
That's him and Magic. I heard Magic faked AIDS because he had to do the same thing.
He cured it.
He cured it, right? Hey, he's still kicking, right? Shout out Magic.
Billionaire.
He got that $1 million blood,
Multi.
baby. But no, hey,
go.
but no, on some real shit though, I respect what Jordan did because he incrementally got better every time he stepped out there, and by the end of it, not
We're
saying
talking about baseball.
yeah, not saying he would ever been a major league player or anything like that, but the learning curve that he was passing, I mean that was impressive, man. Like he was out there doing his thing.
You're right, and I think
Hey, but how long did he pick up a fucking bat?
What
Since
about
high school?
Tebow then?
no Tebow. See, both of these so-called baseball players, their baseball careers are accelerated because of what they've done before baseball, not
Absolutely,
because
I
they
agree.
are legitimate,
That's fine.
good baseball players. It's because of their name recognition. Who doesn't want to come and see Michael Jordan play for the Chicago White Sox? Who doesn't want to come
You
see
some of those
Tim
interviews with
Tebow?
him? Yeah, you see some of those interviews when he was on the.
Oh yeah,
He got the Jordan custom bus.
I know.
they had a
They take
30
him
for
around.
30. What was
Yeah,
it
that
like
was
Jordan on
that
the
was
bus?
actually a
Yeah.
really amazing 30 for 30.
It
That's
was.
actually
It
one of
was
my favorite 30
Well,
for
that
30.
kind of helped his brand too, though, because then his
Yeah.
brand was
absolutely.
everywhere. Now you see his
Absolutely.
brand in like football. It's kind of weird to see Michigan with the Jordan symbol on it.
It is, right?
It's
It
like,
is.
Oh,
It
is
is,
serious?
right?
Like,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, you're right.
so
No, it
we
is.
can rock this in another sport. So
Yeah.
because he had his own cleats, he had his own glove.
Yep.
Then they did Jeter with the whole
everything.
thing. Everybody had. So it's like, it's kind of weird to see Jordan out on the football field. They got the Jordan cleats.
Yeah, yep.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Like, I know those are not safe.
They look good though.
They look good, though. You look
Look
good,
good
though.
though.
I wore those Jordan cleats in college. Man.
You like
Football
you
cleats.
break your ankle, but you look
But
good.
then, but see, behind the Jordan
Yeah,
cleats,
right.
So they were different. It was different for baseball and football. The football cleats were comfortable as fuck because it was like wearing. Because me, I was always a basketball like. Before I realized I was only a 6-foot white guy and I couldn't jump, I was a basketball player. I was, John Brockman. He was on our AAU team. We had this AAU team called the
Brockness
Breeze.
monster.
Yeah, we had the Breeze. We won the state championship like 4 years in a row, from like 5th grade to 9th grade when all us kids stopped growing and then the Rotary kids kept growing. We had Terrence Williams and C.J.
We got
Giles. and
Martell
yeah.
Webster.
yeah,
Haas.
Martell played for Friends of Hoop,
Okay.
and John Brockman ended up going to Friends of Hoop with them. But yeah, we won state.
Marvin Williams. Was he
No,
around?
Marvin Williams
Marvin
plays for Jordan actually.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
at Charlotte, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
plays for Jordan.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
Seattle has some good basketball.
Yeah. I always
Produces
just
a
know
lot
I
out
used to
here.
Marvin because he would read Harry Potter books growing up.
Oh, no
Really?
way.
Yeah, he was like not in a hateful way, but no, he was like a smart, intelligent dude. All those guys are really
Yeah.
nice people. Yeah, Martell Webster is actually a solid dude. Too.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah,
doing music
Martell.
now.
Is it? Yeah,
He's
he
doing
is
music
good.
down
in
in Portland.
He's got a nice little
Really?
family. Yeah,
Martell
yeah.
Webster?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's a nice dude, bro.
Brockman is up north. He's got a farm now up there.
Oh, that's cool.
He bought
I love
some
Big John, man.
property, and he and his wife have been working on it. It looks super cool. They got a big old lake, and they have cows, and I mean they're doing their thing, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's fun to see.
Man, yeah, and that's one thing. Like Seattle here produces a lot of athletes in general. You know, I don't know if it's
They do?
Yeah,
Yeah, we got in basketball alone. We got Nate Robinson. We got recently Nate Robinson, Spence Hawes, Terrence Williams,
Is Roy
Rod-
from here?
Who?
Roy?
Brandon Roy,
Brendan Roy.
Yeah.
Rodney Stuckey, Marvin Williams,
Stuckey's from here. I didn't know that.
Stuckey, yeah.
He's Eastern Washington.
Really?
Yeah, Kent. I think he went to Kent.
Who
Or
else?
Kentward. He went to Eastern.
What's
Yeah.
his name? He always building basketball courts here. What's his name? Oh man, I can't think of his name now. Shit.
So I don't know. A few years ago, I know Washington State actually had the most NBA. So high school graduates.
Jamal Crawford. That's
Jamal
it.
Crawford.
Yeah, Jamal
JC.
Crawford. Yeah,
He's still
yeah.
playing. He dropped like 50
Yeah, he-
points the
he-
other
he
night.
just-
Yeah, he
dropped
plays
50.
for Phoenix. He plays for the Suns. Yeah.
He's like he's the
He's-
oldest 40-year-old to ever drop 50 since MJ.
In 4 teams, he's the first person
first-
to
yeah,
do
first with
50
4 teams,
points in 4 teams.
That
How crazy is this?
Yeah.
He's never
Yeah.
been an all-star.
Really?
6th man of the year.
Six
He-
men
never been
coming
an
up.
all-star.
Yeah, he
Um,
created the 6-man.
I'll never
We gotta give him
forget.
an
So
award though. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's
What's that?
crazy. You gotta give him an award.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have been an all-star.
I'll never forget. We
All-star
got
point.
I smoked
He's
weed with
never
Allen
been
Iverson once, so
Carry-
I can say that.
but no. So at least a few years ago, Washington State had the most high school graduates in the NBA of any state in the country.
I believe that.
But I'll never forget. We have the tournament. I don't know if they're doing it anymore, but it used to be the Rip the Cut. We had a North End team. Shout out the Terrace homies that we used. I don't know. I say we. They beat them like 2 years in a row, and this Rip the Cut. It's like the city tournament. It's like Nate Robinson got a team, JC got a team, Dub and B-Roy got a team, Terrence Williams got a team. But I'll never forget Jamal Crawford. He came up the court one time, just shook somebody, made him feel a little bad, right? Next time up the court, I swear to God, this dude was chest to chest in JC, and JC was dribbling behind his back
Oh yeah.
because he got those long ass arms, right?
Mhm.
And like fully extended, dribbling up his back the whole way up the court. This dude's chest to chest,
Trying to
just
get the ball.
it was like it was like being held. It was like holding a little kid on his head as he's swinging on you. It was one of the crazy. And then he comes down like hits a 3 in the corner. It was like, you just see the talent level.
It's crazy.
It's like and I always say there's such a difference between the mentality. You can probably speak on this Big Walt between. At least I noticed like there's a mentality difference between like basketball players and football players. To me, because basketball is such a more, even though it's a team game, it's a lot more individualistic, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like one player on a basketball court can make a much bigger difference than one person on a football field,
And
right?
it definitely, and I think with the football, it's helmets. People don't see a lot of us. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you become, big, you can't.
There's
go
a
nowhere.
mystique to it,
There's
too.
a mystique to it. And,
Yeah.
it's like you say, a long time the league was all about individuals. Like you had
Yeah.
to, like when a guy come in the league, you got to make your name.
Yep.
Then you start building a team. Then it's all about winning the championship. Because you get to a point, you're like, okay, I know I can play in this league. Now it's all about can I win in this league? So that's the difference.
So, talking about championship, so what was it like when you were on the Seahawks? You won the NFC Championship, went to the Super Bowl. What was that like? Detroit, right?
Oh man, that was good.
What's it
man.
like going to the Super
I think
Bowl?
the thing about it is the way that things is flipped because everybody was like Seahawks saying this and this, and then all of a sudden things kind of turned around. When Holmgren came here, he kind of changed the nature of everything. It's like, hey, if you listen to me, we can get there. So he put all the pieces together. Then we went on that run. We won like 11 games in a row that year. It was like the #1 seed. And then I thought to myself, like, man, this is pretty awesome. I see why all the other teams can win it all. Because all you got to do is win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. It's like, okay, if you get, the thing about the Seahawks, the 3 times we've been to the Super Bowl, we'd have playoff games at home. So, like, we know we got an advantage at home. If we get games at home, we got an opportunity to win. So, that's where I thought, like, man, that was pretty easy. We had to win 2 games. We beat Minnesota, we beat Carolina. We're in the Super Bowl. That was easy. So there you see what teams that don't ever get there, like, man, this has got to be hard.
Yeah.
But to be here in Seattle to see it with all the fans, the true Seahawks fans, are like, now they saying that they're bandwagoner fans.
No,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But-
Seattle's
I'll say
is a
that all day
sports
long.
city.
Everybody will say that.
This is
I'll
a
say
sports
that
city.
shit.
Really? Oh man, we can't talk anymore.
Well, he's a
You want me to cut
conspiracy
his
theorist.
mic?
We don't
Yeah.
understand.
But I do know there's fans that knows they just know because of the jersey. Oh, I like the jersey, so they they can't even relate to this jersey. But I get more people asking for this jersey than anything because
Absolutely.
this is the jersey that people relate to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
When they see this jersey, like you
Yeah.
think about all the old school cats when you was a true fan when they wasn't good, when they was 2-16.
No.
This is the jersey everybody can
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
They can remember the Super Bowl jersey, but when I think of the Seahawks, I think of the jersey.
Yeah, man. I walked into the team store over in Autowood Mall. He said they might have one over there. You're up there with the legends, man. It literally went Walter Jones, Steve Largent,
Cortez,
Jim Zorn,
all of them.
Cortez. And I think they had one other one. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, right when I saw that it was the old school, I was like, hell yeah, baby.
So what? I'm sure you could talk about it, but what was like the Super Bowl week like? What is that?
The thing about it, you get like 2 weeks off. So the first week is all about game planning, your game planning. and trying to get tickets, and I didn't want to deal with tickets. All I had, like, they give us like 15 tickets, so I just took.
How many ticket requests did you have?
I didn't have that many. What I did was I was married at the time, so I had only 2 tickets requested. I had a buddy that wanted to come, and he had an auntie out. He said, "Walt, if I get out there, dude, I got a place to stay. Can I get a ticket?" I said, "Yeah, man, I got 2 tickets for you." So I gave those 2 tickets to him, and then I let my wife took care of everything, and I just had family.
Who had the most ticket requests?
I don't think that you can't get that many. You don't get like per team.
You gotta buy them, right?
I don't know if you can buy them. Like you don't get them on like 15 tickets
Okay.
per player, and then when you're on a team, you get an option of 2 tickets every year. Every team, you get an option to buy 2 tickets for the Super Bowl, even if your team is not in it. So, but if you get a young guy that's ain't got a family, he's probably not playing.
Yeah.
So you can grab his ticket. So he's still getting 15 tickets. So if he's on if he's on the scout team, he's still getting 15 tickets.
So you got 15 tickets, right?
Yeah,
15 every player.
Wow.
Every player
That's
gets 15
dope.
tickets.
That's
So
what's up.
if you get
That's a solid amount of tickets for one player.
That is.
It's a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
is.
those are like
That's a lot of
I mean, the nosebleeds are worth 1,000 each, so that's 15
If that.
Like if say you get in good with one of the young cats that ain't, he know he's not playing, but he still get dibs on tickets. You can go to him and say, "Dude, let me get your tickets." You know, you give him a little extra, but you get that guy a ticket because he's like.
Or you hit him with the number 71, bitch.
Best to ever do it, baby.
I got
B2EDI, son.
free hoodies for you.
Hey, come
I'm
on.
just saying though, like it's just easier. Like I said, like, hey, dude, let me get you. Like, I'm not. Anybody gonna beat. I'm not playing.
Right.
You tell your family at the top, hey, I ain't playing. Don't spend that money. If you're not playing, you ain't gonna have your family come to the Super Bowl. You like, hey, I'm not playing. I'm gonna be G'd up jersey, but I'm not going to.
So I mean, you have ticket requests going on.
Yeah.
Knock that out. So you're in Detroit.
We in Detroit that Sunday night. We got in that Sunday night before the Super Bowl, and then
So you
that
got
time.
a week in Detroit.
That weekend, you do all your game plan the first week. The second week is all about media visits and all that.
Are you practicing
We
at high
practice,
school, college field?
Well, we practice in Detroit. We was at the Detroit Lions facility, so it all depends.
Yeah.
And we just practice every day. You're just doing a walkthrough. Once you get there, you're done with all the hard practice, and you're getting ready for the game. And then, I think the year that we won, Coach Hunger came in, and the last night of the game and said, "Okay, guys, if we win this game, this is how much money you got." So he had like $250,000 like extra money.
Oh, that's right. You told me this.
Yeah, so that didn't do nothing for me because I already had the cheese. So
Yeah, come on.
You're like,
Come on.
yeah, that's cool.
Hey,
I just bought my wife a Bentley, so I'm like,
I'm gonna pull some Charlemagne shit. Let's look up his net worth really quick. As see the guy would say, let's pull up his net worth
Yeah, put it
really
in
quick.
net worth. Get out
Hey
my
ladies,
pocket.
let's pull up his net worth really quick.
get out my pockets, man. Whatever they say, they right.
The internet adds 10 figures to
I
it.
know
Hey,
It adds 10 figures to
I
it.
just bought Charlemagne's 2 last books, so add to his net worth a little bit.
He's
I looked up
interesting.
Bob Saget, and they say Bob Saget's worth $1 million. I think that's bullshit.
I met Bob
Bullshit.
Saget one time outside of
Hey,
Palace Kitchen.
if 50 can declare bankruptcy and then talk shit about
I
it.
know, right? Yeah,
Come
you know,
on,
like,
man.
You can
You
hide
see,
that money.
you see that shit today?
Buy his house for 18,
There's an arrest
sells
warrant
them
for
for
old
2.
girl. I was with some money. I'm like, come on, man.
He's still
Okay, so
pushing.
you so you're practicing in the hotel. I mean, at night do you have team dinners and then just chilling? Or what
Just
do you
chilling,
do?
just like a regular day. You have curfew, probably like 12 o'clock. You go out. You're trying to find the spots where everybody hang out at and stuff. But it was so cold there, man. It was the worst place. So that's why they tried to change it, like make sure
right.
that. But then they had it in Minnesota like 2 years ago. And they said,
Yeah, it was snowstorm.
Oh,
How about New
Blizzard.
York?
Yeah.
Middle of blizzard.
New York wasn't bad though. New York, it was.
Well, the train system shut down.
Yeah, that's for the snow. They thought the snow was gonna come in the day of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because that was the year. That's the year I got into the Hall of Fame. And
Yeah.
I had
Hell yeah.
I had all this winter stuff. I had a scarf on, I had a hoodie on, and literally at the kickoff of the game in New York, it was 55 degrees, dude. It was a beautiful.
That's
day.
not bad at all.
No.
It was
Come
a
on.
beautiful day for football, but as soon as the game was over,
warmer
with,
than
Yeah,
It's
remember
here
that?
today.
Yeah, it was
snowed,
blizzard.
It
Yup.
snowed, and they shut down the train system.
Yeah,
Everybody was
all in New York got
complaining.
shut down.
Everybody
Yeah.
was complaining like, "Oh, we can't get it." Because what happened with New York is that they didn't have places where you can tailgate. They were secure. They had it so secure you couldn't park. You had to get dropped off miles away.
Well,
from
Metlife is out of the city.
Yeah, it's out of the city.
Yeah, it's in like the
It's in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's in
Yeah.
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had it on lockdown. Like there wasn't a lot of tailgating, and they was controlling everything that was coming in. Like you had to get dropped off at one spot. They wanted everybody to come in on the train if you was coming in. They was like they had it on lockdown. Like so they didn't want nothing to go down. And then after the snow came in, cause we went to the after party and we didn't get to the party like at 3 in the morning. Like and Macklemore was partying and stuff.
Is that a song?
What that? 3
We
in the
didn't
morning?
get to the after party till 3 in the morning.
I don't know
Sounds
what
like one.
It's your.
That sounds like
that's
some pretty.
a-
That sounds like some pretty Ricky shit.
No, that sounds like
Pretty
Still a
Ricky.
song.
Ricky.
It's actually that R&B singer who's in a lot of trouble right now.
Monday, right?
Hey, right? Come on. Hey.
It's Monday today, bitches.
Yeah.
So I mean, you go through all your stuff for the week, and then media day. Is it just chaos? Are you scheduled?
It's very chaos. It was.
What time are you
bad.
gonna wake up in the morning?
You know what? I got to the point where my jaws were sore because you talk so like you're literally like because you're talking to everybody, any kind of media outlet that's there, asking crazy questions and stuff. So that's only like one day. Then the next couple of days, they'll pick out guys where. Like while we was there, we got into an accident. I don't know if anybody remember. Like it was me, Sean, Hasselback. We was going to, I think we was going to the stadium. So we was doing, they had to do an interview. Like they had picked out like 7 guys from each team. So we was riding on the car, and so we was going through this barricade. So it's one of those, some of those barricades got the concrete.
Like the police escort.
And they usually have the thing that comes up to stop people from coming in. So as soon as we got ready to drive over the freaking gate. The
steel pillar
came up, and it was like a joke, man. We was all like, "Oh my god!"
Can you imagine? You guys would have got hurt.
That was rigged. We got whiplash. We was all like,
"See now, all the 12s are gonna lose their mind now."
Oh no,
shit!
really?
But I was saying though, but it was. But
that's why we lost.
But a lot of people tell me like they didn't have a lot of Seahawk stuff in there, like they had all Steelers stuff.
Oh come on, it's all a money game.
Oh my god,
it's the same reason no home team will ever go to the play in their own Super Bowl.
No, it's like it was so crazy. And then the crazy thing about it, we went to a Detroit Pistons game. Because I'm assuming every team get a hook up with tickets going. We had tickets, so. Basically, I don't know who hooked us up, but who all wanted to go. I was like, I want to go. So it was about 10 of us, about 10 of Pittsburgh guys. So they brought us, they got us in a van, they took us to the game, they took us through the back door. We walked in. So we walked in, we literally walked out on the floor. They didn't stop the game or nothing. They didn't say nothing. So we sat down, we figured, okay, cool, they didn't say nothing. But 5 minutes later, Pittsburgh Steelers came in again, they stopped the game. Coming in the stadium now, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So the Big Ben scored? The Big Ben scored?
No,
Was that a touchdown? Come on, hey. I see you, Big Walt. Hey, let's call it like it is.
And then, because it was Jerome Bettis' home game.
It was a finale.
Yeah.
They should be there because they should have lost.
The bus stops here.
They should have lost to the Colts when he fumbled the ball, when he went in for the end zone, they popped it out.
That's like Peyton's good finale year, bro.
That was a fail. That was
like Peyton's finale.
Thoughts on the referees in that game?
His was the year he met them dogs. When he met them Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, they're not even ready for him. No. When Percy went on that little sweep, I said, man, they didn't even practice for Percy. He went for like 18 almost scored.
Hey, that was a thunderbolt that came through this team.
They didn't know it.
Yep.
Like, I was like, it's over. When they got that safety, I said, it's over.
Yeah.
No, come on. I always say the best half of any line in the history of football is Walter Jones, Steve Hutchinson. I mean, I feel like Gavin could have rolled a wheelbarrow through that motherfucker.
He could have been running in slow motion.
And I'm fat for everyone.
Very fat.
Get the fuck out of here.
The camera adds 10 pounds. He's really just skinny fat.
I'm 192.
All vodka.
Why is everyone laughing? What's Hutch up to now? Hey, what are your old teammates up to?
Hey, man, all I'm doing good, man. I got a chance to meet Hasselback a couple of days ago, man, so it's cool to get to see those guys. Anytime you get together, man, it's just kind of like how we do, man. We talk about, good times, so it's pretty good. And like with Hutch right now, he's doing good. He's with his family and stuff, and he's waiting to get in the Hall of Fame, man. He should have got in as a first ballot, but he didn't get in
the first ballot?
Nope.
That's crazy.
This is like he missed it again this year, so hopefully
he'll get in there, though. He'll get in there.
For sure. He's legend.
And a lot of times people say Hershey you go to another team sometimes.
Yeah. I can see that, but he deserves to be in there.
And I think sometimes he might have to embrace the city a little bit more. Like he don't. Like when you come here, let people know you're in town and give the city a shout out. Let you know.
Seattle's a beautiful sports town.
Exactly. Like you have to. A lot of times don't vote. I think Hall of Famers should have more power in the vote.
Yeah.
So but then I understand like a lot of times with that. You get favoritism too, though. So the Pro Bowl is like I remember when the Pro Bowl was the thing to be. And like when I was playing, if you got a Pro Bowl, that was an extra bonus. Now these guys are making
vacation to Hawaii.
These guys are making so much money that the Pro Bowl. These guys are getting made. That's not even I didn't know there's even something in the contract anymore making a Pro Bowl. Like I don't think teams.
They don't give a shit if you
make a Pro Bowl. About Pro Bowl as much as they used to. Because these guys now getting paid that probably got 1 or 2 Pro Bowls. Right. It's not in your contract if you make a Pro Bowl.
So what made you stick around here? And so I mean, obviously you live in the greater Seattle area. So what made you stick around, man?
You know what, man? My kids was when I retired, my kids were like freshmen in high school, and I went through of divorce and stuff. So I was back in Alabama and stuff, and my kids was up here, and then my son decided he wanted to play football. And I used to come back every other month. Like, okay, I kept coming back, and I would get in a hotel room. And I was like, man, the amount of money I'm spending for a hotel, I just get a spot. So I started staying out here more and more, and then I had a house back there. I had a big spread back home.
Oh, hold on. We got to stop right there.
With a compound? With a compound?
It was a compound.
You had a full-on football field with NFL goalposts.
Yeah,
really?
Your money goes a lot further down
in Alabama or here?
In Alabama. And it was probably 15,000 square foot home.
There you go.
On 15 acres.
I was about to say how many acres? 15 acres.
15 acres. I had a
15?
100-yard football.
I had a full.
You had a 100-yard football field.
Hey, weren't you the one pushing fucking semis during the off season?
No, not semis. Cadillac.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
I remember my first ever like real Walter Jones like legend story. I was like, this motherfucker was like pushing some type of vehicle. I'm like, no, he wasn't. I was like, it's not real till I see it on YouTube. And they put it up on YouTube. And I was like, oh shit, all right.
That's what we used to do when I was in high school. My coach, we didn't have a lot of weight equipment, and so on llamas, he'd take us outside and we put the trucks. So
what was it like growing up in the South, man? So like for me, I've only gone through the airports down there, and so for me, I got an interracial. I got a lot of homies right from the South. I'm in an interracial relationship.
What's that mean?
I got some black kids and shit. You know what I'm saying, baby?
I mean, biracial kids.
Interracial, biracial. My baby mom black, and she's.
I was like, what did that
that's
mean?
my PR officer, whatever it means. I like my women like I like my coffee dark. All right, that's what it is. All right.
You got interracial.
So, but they always tell me is like they're like real. They're because I'm a loudmouth. I can be anyway.
Hold on, let's correct it though. You had an interracial.
I got a black baby mom. That's
okay, and you got biracial kids.
Biracial kids.
Said that much easier.
My kids are black. That's what it is. They're black. You know what I mean? They're black.
So
but no, they always tell me.
To figure out that word he dropped.
Interracial. What is it? Interracial something.
Interracially relationship.
Yeah. See,
this
guy telling me shut the fuck up.
Trey, like, shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
It's your lady kicking down the door.
Yeah, hey, that's my PO officer, bro. She's
like,
tough.
hold up, you go with a
Hey, she was the Gatorade Player of the Year in basketball.
She was like, I'm a sister.
Oh yeah, she don't drink, she don't smoke. I'm trying to teach her how to have a sense of humor a little bit.
I'm not black. I am a sister.
Yeah, she's a G. She's a G.
I heard that.
But yeah, no, they always tell me, you know, like and they're dead serious too. It's like, you know, as an interracial couple, you know, you really shouldn't go down there. You know, and it's like, to me, it's like I'm good anywhere, right? Because I put out a good spirit. I'm a humble dude. I'm not arrogant, so I'm going down there and showing respect anywhere I go. But it's like, you know, it's crazy to me that's even a thought in some people's head. You know, because it's like it can't be that bad, right?
I don't know if it's that bad. I think it's all about being smart. I think you have to be honest to what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? I think there's still, you know, there's hatred and stuff like that. So it's still, so you just have to be curious. When you see it, you see it. If you don't, you know, most of the time people are very respectful. You know, and you know, I done had my moments when I was growing up, but still, and again, I have to be. You know, I have to be wary. I have to keep my eyes open when I'm down there. Even when I'm here, I have to, you know, I still have to keep my eyes open. I'm not crazy, but, you know, I have fun. I have a majority of my friends are white, so it's not like I'm out here trying to find white friends. When I hang out, I hang out. It's not like I'm trying to, you have to be this color, have to be that color. I'm just having a good time.
And I'm a big believer in, I mean, there's only one race of human beings, and it's the human race, right? You know, I mean, I love culture. You know, I'm Greek. I know Gavin's got Italian culture in his blood. I'm sure Dustin got some culture. I'm sure.
Where is that?
Yeah, right. It's underneath the layer of lasagna right there. He's got the chicken parm right here. He's got the bolognese right there. Yeah, he's got lasagna on the forearm.
I got a forearm part.
Let's get Sierra to the break.
Yeah, right.
Definitely Italian.
But no, man, I think it's a beautiful thing, man. You know, I think culture. You know, I think culture is dope. And have you got a chance to travel overseas at all? Or?
I haven't, man. I got a chance to go to London this year, man. That was pretty awesome. So I wanna take some more visits, man. I just got invited to go to what is it called? Dubai. So
Dubai. Yeah. My homie, shout out CJ Giles. He's playing basketball out there.
Yeah.
That's my homie, man. He's
man. He just started following me on Instagram.
He's the only. He's the only guy I know that has a high school state championship, D1 college championship at Kansas, And he got an NBA ring for the Lakers
Really?
too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's got all three, man, and he's doing his thing out there.
So I just
shout out
got
CJ.
invited to go there, and I want to do some couple more.
You got
trips.
an NBA ring with the Lakers?
I want to go to Australia, and I want to do an African trip too, though. So
Africa would be
just wanna
dope.
see- so-
Africa would be dope. I would love to see the animals out there,
Yeah.
bro.
Just to
Remember
check.
when you called
Yeah.
me when you were going abroad for your first time?
Yeah,
It was a day before.
yeah.
Like, damn, you should have came with me.
Oh, I did. I have a free ticket too.
Oh,
like,
it's like all expenses paid trip.
all expenses paid. They're like, hey, what you
it was
did?
a
Like,
day before.
What?
a day trip. I got paid
To Africa?
No,
No,
it was
to
to
London.
London.
Oh, to London?
The
Yeah.
Hawks game, and I was like,
Yeah, it was, I went there for the NFL Europe. They brought like every team they take 2 former players that played, so they take care of you. They
Yeah.
see you out there. You do a lot of work though, but it's worth it because
Yeah.
you get a chance to hang out and meet people and stuff. So it was pretty fun though.
I think
So.
you called me from the airport.
I
Actually.
know. I called you from the airport. I called you from the airport when I was walking. Like, man, they make you walk. They don't have. I guess because they said she like to have people in shape. So there's no trains or nothing like to get to your gate. It literally took like 25 minutes from ticket to get to your gate. And I told him, I said, man, this is a big airport. And you have like these corridors, or you walking through. And every time you get past, it'll say, okay. From this spot, you got 15 minutes to the gate. Then you get walking. Okay, you got 7 minutes to the gate. Like it's literally that long.
Oh, my
I said,
goodness.
man, they don't have no. They don't have those those escalator walking.
Yeah.
They don't have nothing. It's literally like think about drinking for 4 or 5 days, and then you got to walk to your gate. Like you couldn't make it in Vegas. Make it in Vegas.
Well, you said London was a blast. You said the people.
Oh my
were
God, I had so much
cool.
fun there. Like I say, I'm friends with a lot of guys over there. They got a group over there called the UK Seahawkers. Man, I'm really cool with those guys. Like as soon as they put the schedule out, they already told me, hey, Walt, we're gonna be there for the Baltimore Raven game. So they already got their tickets. Like as soon as the schedule came out,
It's my team, bro.
they already picked the team, what game they coming to, and they bring man, they probably bring like 25.
They're bringing Earl Thomas.
Wow.
They bring like 30.
Earl did go to the Ravens, didn't
Yeah,
he?
did.
they bring
They
like 30 to 40. Like I know the UK German. Like,
That's cool.
man, they're pretty cool. They take care of you, man.
You
I
said
went,
that place where you went.
Oh,
they
man.
had that, like the host spot.
Yeah, it was crazy, that
packed
bar.
and it
So
was
we
so
were
much
talking
fun.
about this earlier. Tell us about the country festival you just went to, Big
oh
Walt.
man, come on.
I
man.
know you got the
Shout
big
out.
time in there in the country,
Yeah,
baby.
no,
Come
no,
on.
No, you know what, man? I got into some. I got a buddy back home. He used to be a lead singer of a country group called
Dope.
Heartland.
his
And
name?
it's Jason Alvarez, man. And
I take it you know Jason, huh?
Yeah, I know him
Sounds
pretty good, man. He got this one song. It's like when I first met Jason, and then I was going to a wedding in what was it, Cancun? I don't consider Cancun overseas, but Cancun.
Yeah.
And I went
Yeah,
there.
it counts.
Somewhat. I know what you're saying.
That's not far enough. That's
I know
not
what
an
you're
hour.
saying. I know what you're
That's-
saying.
I mean,
that's-
technically,
You didn't go over
you-
fucking seas. It's
I
not
know,
overseas.
it's not overseas there. Exactly. That's right.
You went over the
International,
Pacific
though.
Sea.
You took a right from
It's
Seattle.
international.
I mean, you
though.
can
took-
drive
took it
there,
south.
so
You took it
It's
south.
I
you
went
can drive there.
international,
So
though.
It's
no.
international.
It's international though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I went there. I was Sean Locklear's wedding. I was a groomsman in his wedding, and that was their song they played. I just met this guy like a week ago, and the Daddy Daughter song was his song. So we got a chance to go down. Like I got into country music. I got into Chris Stapleton. Like Chris Stapleton got that song Tennessee Whiskey.
Yeah. Hey,
And,
come on.
Yeah, you know the song he did.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. He kind of blew up when he did it with Justin Timberlake on
Yeah.
He kind of blew up then, and started listening to him, and a concert came up, and my boy was like, "Hey man, I get a connection, get you in, and get a chance to meet him." So I went down. So
Come on.
you know,
How was it, man? It's like
it was awesome, man.
What was the so I grew up with Pac and Bob Marley and
it's
shit like
basically
that,
the same
but
thing. It's just like
It's Country Thunder.
Country Thunder is just like the '93 Jam, where they get all these groups in
Yeah.
over weekend. They get them in a place where it's hard to get into, but you there chilling the whole weekend. So they have all these groups performing all weekend. Like you have to pay your dues if you're a new.
is it a weekend pass type shit?
It's
like,
a weekend pass. It start on Thursday night and it go to Sunday. So
Yeah.
you get the younger groups or groups that haven't made it. They're performing at 2:30 in the daytime. It's hot.
Yeah, come
But
on.
the big groups they ain't performing till 9 and 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
They're coming
sure.
in doing
Yeah.
their work. So I got a chance to meet Keith Urban. What's his other name?
Travis Bentley.
Bentley. I don't know all
Chris
because
Stapleton.
like Chris
Okay.
Stapleton. Like I don't. That's only a couple people I
Yeah.
like. I like him. I like what else? Who else I like? I like what the guy? What's the Keith Urban? Not Keith Urban. It's Keith Urban. Is it Keith Urban?
Keith Urban.
It's the one that go with Glenn Paltrow. With who is that? The one that go with the
Not Blake
Keith Urban is
Shelton.
Nicole Kidman.
what's his name? Keith Urban.
Urban.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like him
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So,
yeah, he is.
So I don't have a couple.
Well,
of,
They're both from
Jason.
Australia, right?
but see, I don't like a lot of country music. That's only
Yeah.
certain stuff I like.
Yeah.
I like Luke Combs, but I had a good time, man. Think about it. You go in there seeing
Yeah, man.
seeing girls and Daisy Dukes, boots,
Right.
and tank top. So think about that.
Yeah.
So
Bunch of blonde women.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
I like my coffee dark.
can't
but-
speak on it.
yeah.
I like
no,
my
that's
coffee.
good.
I like
That's
my
right up
coffee.
that's right up my alley, actually.
You just like your coffee. I just like coffee, baby. Come on. You waters that shit, ice it down, put some little milk, a little creamer. Matter of fact, the thicker you make it, I'm in there. I'm in there. I ain't mad at you, Big Walt. You got the biggest motherfucking hands I've ever seen. That biggest motherfucking hands. Shit. That's a good thing. Hey, you just got like 10 more likes and
That is
followers
good.
on that.
Yeah.
Big hands, big head, baby.
Well,
Well,
you
no.
know they say about big shoes, right?
Shit, big socks. Big socks, right? Yeah, we're still trying to teach Gavin about that.
I know,
One.
right?
My mother's gonna listen to this.
The big socks, Gavin.
Big
Take your head out of the
socks,
gutter,
dude.
man. Shit.
Jeez.
We got kids in here, man. We
Yeah,
got kids.
Yeah, kids are listening, sir.